Hello, Dr. Vikki Petersen here. I wanted to speak with you today about a very common misconception that a lot of Americans have, and that is the difference between dairy products and eggs, and aren't they the same? So we work a lot with patients' diets, and we very often find that people are intolerant to dairy products, and often they come back and say, I'm just going to miss eggs too much, and they're such a good food, and I don't see why I can't have eggs. And we quickly let them know that eggs are not dairy products. And then we get a little bit of a quizzical look, and you point out that dairy products come from cows, they're mammals, and they lactate, and then eggs come from chickens, and they lay their eggs, and they're just very different animals. And so sometimes people get embarrassed. It's like, why did I think that a cow and a chicken had any commonality? And I can tell you exactly where it comes from, and that is from our food pyramid. So growing up, we grew up in school and were introduced to the food pyramid from the USDA. And if you look at even a current food pyramid, but not the ones I recommend, there's a new one by Harvard Medical School that doesn't even have dairy products on the pyramid, from cows, that is. And I heartily recommend that one. But the standard one that we grew up with, as part of the pyramid, you will see a picture that has a bottle of milk, a piece of cheese, and eggs. Maybe something else dairy in there, but eggs will be there as part of that picture. So as good little students growing up, we kind of programmed that into our brain that was dairy products. So we were led astray. Eggs are not dairy products. Can people react to eggs or have egg allergies? Certainly they can. Nowhere near as often as having a dairy intolerance that I have come into contact with in my last 25 years in practice. So for the most part, I think eggs are a great food, and definitely want to try to get the eggs from hens that have been fed well and not antibiotics or hormones or anything like that, and they've had a good diet, because certainly we are what we eat, and we are what we ate, if you follow that whole transition. So it's important to know what the hen was fed, because that will be reflective in the health of the egg. But that aside, we don't run into the problems with eggs the way we run into it with dairy products. Now, from a gluten intolerance standpoint, dairy products are very commonly found to be a problem with those who are gluten intolerant. Eggs occasionally so. Eggs can be what's called cross-reactive, meaning the body can confuse the protein of gluten for the protein in eggs. That's usually a temporary problem until we can strengthen the immune system up, and we find that then the person does fine with the eggs the majority of time, as opposed to dairy products, which seem to be a permanent type of problem 80% of the time, that people that react to dairy products in that cross-reactive fashion stay that way. We can't get them back on dairy products. Personally, I don't recommend trying to get back on dairy products, but that's what the science behind it has found. So anyway, I wanted to clarify that, because it's a very common misconception, and I don't want you to miss out on eggs just because you're avoiding dairy products thinking that they're the same thing. So let me know if you had this confusion too, because we do find it very commonly. Let me know any other questions you have regarding this or any other health topics, because that's why I'm here. I want to educate and I want to help. So I hope this was informative, and until next time, I wish you very good health.